Welcome back to Wizard Supercoach. First things first, I need to buy a new microphone. This is ridiculous. I have recorded this video 3 times already, and the mic has malfunctioned. I'm more pissed off about that than I am about my score this week, which wasn't great. It's been a shitty weekend in terms of Supercoach, but I think it's been shitty for everyone. And I'm actually not that annoyed at it, to be honest, and I'll explain why. So I scored a 2,272, which at first glance is pretty shit, I admit. But I didn't make any trades this week, and I expected my rank to go down because of that. So between that and making no trades and the shit score, to only go down 57 spots from the high rank that I already was, I'm actually kind of shocked. So yeah, I'm not too worried. And as I've been saying, just a bit of perspective on it, like I'm doing better than I've ever done by a mile. And I've been setting up to play the long game. So hoping to, make up that ground post-bye, sort of towards the back end of the season. I'm about 600 points off top spot, which it's actually doable, I think. But we'll see. If not, whatever. It's been a good run. I've enjoyed it. So yeah, frustrating weekend for sure. It's not even like last week. Like, it's a bit of a mixed bag. But the thing is, last week there was some really monster scores getting around. It didn't happen this week. I didn't have like an obvious captain choice or anything like that. So that really hurt me. Yeah, well, I've got 20 trades and a boost. 16k left, which isn't much. But I think this week we're going to make bank. I'm going to go pretty hard at it. So I've waited that extra week to see who I want, and I've got a fair idea now. So I'll have a look at some trades at the end, but first off, we'll try and get through the team. Hopefully this mic doesn't malfunction again. I'm definitely going to buy a new one, so it's okay. But yeah, this old girl served me well. I used to be on a podcast, and it did me all through that as well. So it's quite a few years old now. So yeah, we'll look at the team. So Whitfield, I bought Whitfield in last week. He gave me a 79. Then this week he's a late out with some kind of soft tissue injury, which is a pain in the ass. And it's a big worry because it's Whitfield. He's old and it's Whitfield. He gets soft tissue injuries. So yeah, the weirdest thing is my gut feel has carried me through a lot this year, and the gut feel was so strong to get Whitfield. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's starting to unravel for me, but we'll see. It's all good. Sinclair's 114. So him and Flanders obviously benefiting without Naz. I hope Naz is out for a few more weeks. Like, I don't hope for injuries and stuff, but just hoping that the Saints take the cautious approach with him or something like that. That would be nice. And Ashley 95. So 95... it's not the greatest score, really, when you look at it, but when you consider that he was tagged by McKenna and he's now at least gone back to half back, a 95 against Brisbane, it's not bad. Callahan as well, like that, I cannot believe what I was watching. So I thought it was remarkable enough after losing to the Eagles that the Giants were, I think they're up by a goal at half time. To then pile on like 14 goals or whatever it was in the third quarter was crazy. Apparently it's like the 4th highest score in a quarter ever. And yeah, I think they said it was the highest third quarter score ever. So yeah, just nuts. The weirdest thing I thought from that was you had a team that scored 26 goals for the game, which is pretty rare. They only got 3 tons for the whole team. I think it's a case of you got half the team here went above 80. It's just all the points were shared out. But there's like 2 guys that scored 5 goals each. They didn't even crack a 90. Yeah, bizarre. And the Lions only got 2 tons themselves. So, yeah, really weird. But anyway, that seems to be Supercoach this year, doesn't it? Worrell, the 134, discussed him Friday night in the trade video. Very welcome return to form. Clark, the 83, though, not so much. He might go this week. I was going to do it. Was considering doing it instead of making no trades. And I was going to go down to Wilkie, which is crazy to think that you could drop down from Clark to Wilkie. But had I done it, I wouldn't have really been any better off this week. So, it kind of doesn't matter. You'll see in the end what trades I'm considering could work out better this week. Lindsay, the 55, though, that's quite disappointing. I thought we were good for like a 70 or an 80 every week. He probably won't get to that 400k mark now, or at least before I trade him. He's not going to go this week, but yeah, they got Essendon, so he should be all right. I'm confident to field him again, but yeah, he's been good. What's he made? 260k. I can't complain. Like 1 week, who cares? It's fine. But his break even's up there now, 81. So he probably will even lose money before I get rid of him, but he's going to be pretty decent cover. I think he's got 1 week to go, 2 weeks to go. No, he's got more. 3 weeks to go, sorry. It's getting late. Like, I can't think straight. Selwood was my emergency for Whitfield. He scored a 25. It didn't count, so I kind of don't give a shit. But he lost 14k. Kind of don't care about that either. But another but. In the trade video, I said that I was probably going to keep him for a while because I wanted him as cover through the buys. But he kind of today he showed he couldn't cover shit. So I think he's got to go. I'm a big fan of his. I held him when everyone traded him out weeks ago. And holding him this week when everyone traded him out, or not everyone, but more people traded him out, was the wrong move. But, well, maybe not, because Dirksen could get dropped this week and then it was fine. But Dirksen 67, that would have been handy. Yeah, I think Selwood could get dropped this week. Like I said, I'm a fan of his, but he played shit, and Bevo is pretty unforgiving. So, although they scraped the win, so he might be safe. And then there's Marshall. He had 6 touches for the whole game, only scored a 42, which is not too bad considering it was only 6 touches. But looking at the heat map, it looks like he played forward, or a fair bit of forward. So he's got to go because he does not score when he's forward at all. And the break even's 68 now, and he's on his buy. So that's it. You're done. Get out my team. 100k made, slowest 100k ever. But yep. See ya. Butters 103, quite disappointing. So I thought Carlton at home, Port's been in fairly decent form for their standard. Yeah, I thought he'd go like 120 at least, but had to be the week I was not forced, but chose to captain him because of the Grundy mystery, I guess you'll call it. But yeah, well, I guess when you consider that, yeah, Bont and Gawn, the other fairly popular options, they didn't really outdo him by much, so it's okay. Bont himself, he just got the job done. Nothing too crazy by his standards. Merritt I was really happy with. You could make the argument that he should have gone bigger against Richmond, but this year there's not really too many midfielders standing out massively. Like there's probably, you got like your Butters, Bont, there's Baz, Heaney. There's not too many that are clear cut. Like I feel like this year the top 10 is a lot less clear cut than it has been previous. So for any primo mid to get 126 is pretty good. And he's averaging like 115. So yeah, he's been a wicked pick, better than Dacos even. So probably didn't imagine that at the start of the year. Dacos himself, he's butchering the ball, 50% efficiency or thereabouts again. He scored 3 goals. Now, normally when he scores 3 goals, you're looking at like a 160. Still had a fair bit of the ball, so that's a good sign. But God, he needs to stop butchering it. I'm hoping that he starts to spend some time at half back again, because I looked into it in the preseason. When he does, he actually scores better. He's best when he's in that like no pressure seagull role. I don't know. Collingwood don't have the strength in their midfield, I think, to have that luxury right now. So hopefully for next year, they pick up some mids in the off-season, but I can't see it happening. And yeah, Callaghan, that 104 tag by Dunkley, like it's fine. He scored more against Brisbane being tagged than he did against West Coast and Essendon. Like, of course he did. Murdoch the 94, and he got the DPP, which is nice. But yeah, 94 on field, excellent. So no tagging role in sight this week. He's got Essendon next week. Maybe he goes to Merritt. That would really piss me off if if Murdoch tanks both their scores. But yeah, he can stick around for a bit longer. Break even to 64. Now, I know a lot of people traded him out this week, Murdoch. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If it got you, well, it depends what it got you. That's the point. So, yeah, even though he scored the 94, like, it's fine. It's probably not going to hurt you too much. I don't think he's not going to make like another 100k. I mean, I hope he does, but he's probably not going to. Let's face it. His score's been pretty up and down since he come back from injury. What's he gone? 85, 67, 61, 93, 38, 94. So yeah, we all know that volatile scoring like that makes it hard to move up in price quickly. Rechko and Cumming covered them in the trade video. Nice on-field scores. Rechko in particular with the 107. Happy to field him for the coming weeks. But Cumming himself, the Cum Dog, I think he's got one more week left. And I know that's crazy because he hasn't made that much money. But with a break-even of 25, he probably doesn't go too far above that against Sydney. Even if he gets like a 60, he's going to have a higher break-even and get to his buy with that. So, you know, because he was an elevated price, it's going to be tempting to just jump from him to a Primo, I think, after that. So, yeah, then we look at the midfield bench, which is... It's a little dire, but it's kind of not as well. So Burton's the one I'm most worried about. Like, he's kind of dead. He got injured. I don't know if it's going to keep him out or anything, but he's not scoring anyway. So he's not really making money. The good one here is Anderson. So I think he'll come back in because Collingwood got the 3 bad injuries. And I know that he doesn't play the same position as the 3 that went out. But I think what will happen is he'll come in and they'll just roll someone forward. Or even he just plays half forward. I don't know. Yeah, I think he's the next man in. And he's got a break even of 4. So if he plays, then he'll make money. He's got 2 weeks left before his bye. Hopefully he plays, scores the 2 weeks, makes money, and then he can go on his bye. Yeah, Sharp with that permaloop. Well, not permaloop. He's played a bit, but yeah, just when he was starting to make money, got injured. He could be back now because the injury symbol's gone. I reckon it said that he was meant to be due back around 12 or 13. So he could be in. I don't know. Essendon did lose to Richmond, so yeah, they'll probably want to swing the axe. We'll see. But yeah, I've said it before, his biggest value to me has been helping me get those VC and captain scores. After averaging up to this week almost 160 on my captains this year, yeah, Butters 103. I had to come down at some point. I'm not that pissed off about it. So this one I'm pissed off about though, the Grundy Mysterious 95. So if we look at the stats, where is it? So I know that Geelong are a pretty restrictive team overall, especially when it's played in Geelong. And I didn't see the game, but I know what Geelong are like, and I'm assuming that 27-point margin would have felt like more. But it's odd that Grundy up against Edwards, he only managed a 95. 31 hitouts with 7 to advantage. 15 contested possessions, so basically every disposal he got. 5 kicks, that kind of hurts. It's a shitty ratio. But only one free kick against and 1 clanger. 67% efficiency, so he kind of did burn it a bit. He must have been pressured, I think, when he was missing these. I know Geelong's pressure is elite. But yeah, 8 clearances. So we know clearances don't count directly to the score. But I would have thought that 8 clearances being up there with Heaney and as high as anyone on the ground from either team, that would have helped him with some kind of impact scaling or something. I don't know. But I've been watching, as most of you have, been watching footy and playing Supercoach for a long time, and this doesn't feel like a 95. I would have thought that was like a 105 minimum for a ruckman. I'm not being biased because I own him. Because a 105, like, who gives a shit? It wouldn't help me out anyway. I wouldn't have taken that as a VC score. But yeah, it just, I don't know, seems a bit low to me. Let me know what you think. It's a bit of a mystery too how he was restricted as much as he was. I didn't see the game, so hopefully there's something obvious that one of you can tell me. Now, Gawn is an interesting one as well. So we all know what he's been doing the past month, and you probably look at this and think he's still just doing the same, but he's not. The 114 is purely because he butchered the ball. If we have a look at the stats, they've given him the butcher symbol with the knife here. 39% efficiency. He left a big score out on the field because he had 14 hitouts to advantage and a goal, 12 contested possessions, only the one clanger, no free kicks against. So it could have been a big one. Unfortunately, he just couldn't hit bloody targets. Now, the interesting thing here is look at Max Heath. 24% time on ground. There's no injury symbol there, so I'm assuming it's not because of that or anything. So basically, that's the split. We're now back to when Gawn was solo rucking. What I think happened, or has happened, is that Gawn clearly needed a bit of a break. He was getting bashed physically, and we know what he's like. He won't give up. He'll still perform. But because of his age, when they played teams like West Coast and that, I think to give Heath, they're going to beat West Coast anyway, so to give Heath some exposure, he took more time in the ruck. But I think we've seen today that when they really need to win, when they play these harder teams, then I think they're going to turn to Gawn. So I could see him going big for the rest of the year. I'm hoping, but in my mind, it looks pretty likely. And unless they come up against like easy teams, then I think Heath will get more of a go. Like, he won't leave the team, but yeah, that split of only 25% game time, 24% game time. Let's have a look. Yeah, you're basically back to the Gawn solo rucking split when you had like JVR, or was it Petty? I can't remember. Would chop him out occasionally. So that's good for Gawn owners. Now, he's down to 607k, which is about as cheap as you'll ever find him. I'd be getting him this week based on that, if I didn't already own him. Break even to 134. He could easily go that against the Giants. They give up big scores to ruckman. And yeah, Melbourne are not going to take them lightly after what they did to Brisbane today. So I assume Gawn will get the lion's share big time, because they need to win that. Okay, Sheasel 125. As always, who gives a shit? Flanders 111. Very nice. When is Naz back? Because it's probably going to impact him. It might be worth looking at getting rid of him after Naz comes back. As crazy as that sounds, I don't think he's going to keep going 110. What's he done the last 3 weeks? About a 115 average or something off the top of my head. 112. Yeah. He's probably not going to keep that up. Pickett's 103. Very nice after 260s in a row, I think. That was frustrating times. But yeah, the 103, we're back, hopefully. McInerney, on the other hand, he's done the reverse. He got the 52 this week, 137, I think it was last week. Quite annoying. But, there's... all the forwards are doing this. Bar a few at the top. Like, you got Petrarca's pretty consistent. Or very consistent, I should say. You can throw a blanket over probably 15 of the top forwards, and they're all doing this kind of thing. They're just... That's what you get with these forward primos. They're volatile. We know it from every year. But the reason I chose McInerney is because of his high CBAs. I thought he'd be a bit different, but he's not. So he'll come good, but yeah, one down week. I know what Geelong's like, so it wouldn't have been his kind of game. He likes probably more of the open stuff where he can get running, and there's not much room to move down there in Geelong. Cook 67, he's reached the end of the line, so hats off to him. He's killed it. 222k. Didn't think he'd make that much when I first picked him. The plan was to hold him to his bye. We're there. See you later and good luck. That stupid Simpsons thing pops in my head every time I say good luck. I don't remember saying good luck, or I don't recall saying good luck, something like that. You can pretty much relate the Simpsons to anything. There's a lot of material there. For those that grew up watching it, for those of us who grew up watching it, I should say, through the 90s and that, it's pretty hard to get it out of your head. It's like seared in there. Lombard's 58, so he's still got an okay break even though. 26, so I'll probably get rid of him this week. I'm just sick of the slow burn bullshit. I've held him long enough. 169k made. Again, job done. Off you go. Yeah, Jones was alright. He could have had a few more goals. He kicked 2-2, I think, in the end. So 52. He's another one. He's going to be a slow burn like Lombard. Hopefully we get some kind of spike score sooner rather than later. He is DPP, which kind of helps, but as you can see, apart from Murdoch, I've currently got no DPP in my midfield. It's a shit thing. Some of these rookies, I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like this year there's been a lot less DPP rookies around. At least after the first batch. They were mostly just like defense and mids. So, yeah. Henry at 31. He's cooked his cash gen. Break even to 54. And he's got Hawthorn. He's not going to make that. So, yeah, he's pretty much a dead rookie. He's made like nothing. 36k. Oh, Jesus. It's made less than Burton has. Yeah, so Cherry in the flex, 114. I was just shocked that they won. I remember checking the score in between games when I was at footy and looked like Gold Coast were doing it easy. And then got to the end of the game and someone said to me, oh, Gold Coast won, North won by a goal or a point or something. What? Crazy. I don't know how that happened. So yeah, Gold Coast are a bit off the ball. But yeah, Cherry did all right. 114. He's up against Wits and Moyle. It's not exactly easy, so that's fine. I do think though that Cherry is not gonna score exactly what people are thinking. He's not gonna go those huge 180s and shit every week. Yeah. Maybe against West Coast, Richmond, Essendon, but yeah, Fremantle probably not. I mean, I say that, but then last time he played Essendon, he was terrible. And we saw what Grundy put up against Geelong this week. So, yeah, nothing's really a sure thing. But I do think that Cherry is... I do see him almost a little bit behind Grundy. And even Gawn, maybe. Just... I don't know, there's something about him with his scoring that's... maybe he's got, like, less avenues to score than the other two. And then there's Jackson, who's obviously just really consistent. But yeah, I don't know. So there we go. That's the team. Yeah, not the greatest performance ever. But still, what, 201st, which is fine. So it's not the worst team, that's for sure. Let's look at some trades. So what's the highest trade in? So Ison, yes. Banfield, probably want those two. Banfield, bit skeptical on him, just with the low disposals. Don't know if it's viable long term, but he does have the DPP, which is nice. Holmes got the DPP, so of course he's going to be highly traded in. What's his break even? 107. Yep. So you got to get him now. So I'll probably get him. Let's have a look. So ideally, I want to get Holmes in my midfield, right? Because at first glance, I still want to be able to field Lindsay. I trust Lindsay on the field more than I trust Cumming. But because of the buys, I'll have to field Lindsay anyway, I think. So let's say Selwood's gone. Let's get Holmes in. Now I can go up to 4 trades here because I've got the boost. But I think I want to hold the boost for next week and try and get in those players, like a whole bunch of them that have already had their buy. May not work out that way, so I'll have to have a deep dive into it. But just for now, let's look at this. So yeah, Holmes in for Selwood. I want to get rid of Marshall. Let's see. Can I do it? No. There's no DPP that will help me there. So he may survive a week. He's not going to lose money at least. But yeah, I want Ison, so Cook can go for him. Or, I don't know, Lombard. Murdoch swings forward. I don't know why it matters which one I trade. It really doesn't. So Ison comes in. Now, pretty confident to field him. Looks good for a 70. I'll take that, especially through the buys. But yeah, the midfield is where I really want to start upgrading. That's why I wanted Holmes in there for now. So let's see. Cook out, and I guess if Cook becomes Banfield, leaves me with 169, basically 170k. So I could do another upgrade, maybe. Is there anyone I can get rid of? Would help if I click on the boost button. So that's going to leave me with 16 trades if I make the fourth. See if I can get rid of Marshall. There's no... Yeah, it's back to the same problem. 420. There's no one I want 420. Is there any rookies? Maybe I could get rid of one of these stalled rookies. Darcy Cameron, that's tempting. But where do I put him? I've already got the 3 big boy rucks, so... Or I could finally get rid of Clark and just be done with it and put myself out of my misery. I could get anyone in. Anyone I want. So like Roberts. He's got West Coast. He could go nuclear. Although I don't think they'll play too much possession. And actually, they might. West Coast are looking pretty good last few weeks. So at least they've been competitive. They beat Giants. They took it up to Collingwood. Maybe, given how crap Essendon have been, I think they're bottom of the ladder now. So maybe they will have to play some possession back there against the Eagles. So I could go Roberts. Who else is there that I like? Short seems to be interesting for a pod. I can't believe I'm saying that. But you can't argue with how consistent his scoring's been this year, generally. He's got Sydney. There's going to be a lot of ball back there. Yeah, he's only gone under 90 twice. Maybe he has turned the corner. We're all a year early on the guy. I guess it doesn't matter who I go to. I just want Clark out of my team. And that's the problem. I don't want that to cloud my judgment. I'm just wanting him out. Bailey Dale's doing pretty good. Finally ended his ton run though. Like I think 5 in a row is the most he's ever done just now. So yeah, it could be Roberts. But even Roberts, like the last couple of weeks, he's come back down to earth big time. Yeah, shit, I don't know. Maybe leave that fourth one for now. That looks alright, and then take the 169 into next week. Let's see how that looks. So I'll click confirm. Or... Is there any other players that I'm unhappy with that I could... Clark's the one that I really, really don't want in my team. The others are all okay. Callahan, I'm a little bit skeptical on. Yeah. Probably can't do much else. So let's see. So Worrell's out this week. So that means... This is what I was talking about before. So Lindsay still stays on the field, right? So Holmes is fine in the back line. Then we get to round 13, and then it's the 2 GWS boys out. So then Worrell comes in. So yeah, Lindsay's just going to get fielded all the way out to his bye because there's always someone to cover. So that's fine. That doesn't matter now. I don't need to have Holmes in the midfield. It does mean, though, that I've got to keep bloody... not Retchko, he's alright. The Cum Dog's got to stay on the field, which is scary. But being best 18, so what have I got? Let's look at this week. Let's say, I don't know, let's say a miracle happens and Whitfield's playing. That leaves me with 6. Sorry. No. Yeah, it leaves me with 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, probably 14. That's Anderson. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So probably looking at 22 this week. So I guess, yeah, fielding the cum dog, who gives a shit? He's probably going to, if he shits the bed, he's dropping out the team. So I'm actually all right with it. The best 18, it's good timing. You can kind of go hard here, I reckon, and not have to worry about the short-term impacts as much. So yeah, if you got any ideas for that fourth trade, like, I'm willing to use it this week, but I think it's a smarter idea to hold the boost and then use it maybe next week or in the future to bring in extra guys off of their bye. So who's got the bye this week? Just let me have a look. So I want to get Petrarca next week. So that's done. It's going to be Petrarca. Not really any Crom players that I'm too keen on, except for Miller, I would say. And I've already got like a full back line. So that's not going to happen. So it's going to be Petrarca next week. What's LDU at now? I don't really want him. I think I'd rather have someone like Clary. So LDU 563. Yeah, Clary's cheaper too. I don't know. It's just a trust thing. I've never owned LDU, and I've kind of never wanted to. He's been good this year, though, I'll admit. And he's good to watch. Yeah, Clary's bloody consistent this year. How do you only go 83 on Essendon? See, things like that. That's odd. Anyway. So, yeah, maybe... yeah, I don't know. All I know is it'll be Petrarca. So maybe it's the week after. Let's see. Round 13. That's when the boost comes in. It's not really worth it because it's... What does that do? Yeah, no, I'll work it out. I guess there's a lot to take in here. A lot to consider. But it's probably just going to be the 3 this week, I would say. I'll do a proper trade video and stuff. But this is just my early thoughts on it. Yeah, Holmes looks good back there. So he'd be D1 now, right? I can't believe he's cheaper than Whitfield. It's crazy how it works, but yeah. Definitely need to beef up this midfield. It's how far off am I from full primo? Let's just consider that Clark for now, that he is a primo, because he's a luxury thing. So full back line. 1, 2, 3. So I'm 5 off full primo, really. It's getting close now. I think I'm going to get there pretty easy, actually. Murdoch might be the last one to go, with the way he can score if he gets back to being consistent. But yeah, 17 trades and only 5 spots to fill. Yeah, the long game is working out for now. Anyway, finally I got to the end and the mic hasn't malfunctioned. Let me know how you went, what trades you made or are going to make. And yeah, let me know what pissed you off this round, because I'm sure there's plenty. And let me know what you think of my ideas for the trades, but it looks pretty straightforward, I think. And yeah, it's just a matter of whether I boost or not and piss Clark off, because I'm sick of that own. It's not good. Yeah. Cheers for tuning in and watching this and sticking around through my ramble about the trades and stuff, if you did. But yeah, I'll see you I'll try and go live this week if I get time, maybe tomorrow night. If not, then just have to see you in the trade videos. Cheers.